Welcome to Sheep Power. My name is Nelly Milya, and today we have Joyce Kamande, who does a very interesting business. I don't even want to spill the beans. Stay tuned. The first bean bag was created by the Italian designers Gatti, Paolini and Teodora while working for the Zanotta company in Italy in 1969. These first bean bag chairs were called socos, which were pear-shaped leather bags filled with styrofoam beans. Today, this is a business venture that has over time become a booming enterprise. How did you start the business?
I used to travel a lot. I used to do something else. I used to sell handicrafts in India. I used to ship them all around India. So most of the times when we used to do the exhibitions, when I was doing the exhibitions for the handicrafts, I used to see them. I used to see they would everywhere I would go. I would see them. I used to think, what are these? I used to see people sitting on them, and I was like, okay, I've never seen something like this. Something totally new. So I asked them about it. I came after a few times seeing them. I was introduced to the owner. Now the person who makes them has a big company. It's called Resident. So I told him I'd be interested. I've never seen something like this, but at that time I wanted just to buy one for myself. And then when we got talking, he was like, "Why not try it in your country?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't think anybody would be so interested." And then shipping it from there, coming here, I wasn't sure whether I was going to get the feeling. So getting the feeling was I was like, no, let me just buy it for myself. So I bought one for myself and for my niece. Now later, when people used to visit their houses, they used to see them. They were like, "Oh, this looks like a good idea." So I actually decided to sell bean bags like 5 years later.
5 years later, what made it take so long?
Because first of all, I couldn't get the feeling, and the person where I was getting them from was adamant on the feeling has to be right. You can't substitute with something else. We can't put like cushions or old clothes or some funny foam.
Yes.
Or pillows. It couldn't work. It had to be the exact specific feeling that he wanted. So getting that was not easy. So because there are only 2 manufacturers in Nairobi, and getting it was very hard.
How did you come up with the name Tajiri Lazy Bag?
Actually, the name was picked out by my sister, because the time we were picking out a name, I was not in the country. I was away. I wanted to just come start doing the business, and I didn't want to have the hassle of picking a name. So it was totally her choice, not mine. I had no input whatsoever.
So what do you get locally? Is it the cover or the filling?
We get the filling locally, but we import the top. What do you call it? The top, yeah. But then we can do it locally. If you want to one made locally, because not everybody wants to have a leather like.
Yes.
So the first this. So we can make one out of velvet, sofa fabric, lessons or shukas, Masai kangas. Yeah.
So that means you're also producing them.
Yeah.
As well. Okay. Yes, and how comfortable are they, especially to a person like who has a back problem?
Okay, I cannot say that because now that is a doctor issue. I wouldn't know, but we've always advised someone, if you have a back problem, you can sit on it, but then don't be in a rush to wake up, or don't sit too low. Just be comfortable and just sit on a top level. Don't sit on it when it's too low.
For lounging in front of the television or curling up to read a book, use this comfortable beanbag chair. Although the name implies that the beanbag is filled with beans, it is actually filled with polystyrene pellets, making the chair lightweight and moderable. Beanbag chairs can be made in either a child size or an adult size. I see that you've transitioned from you having imported goods to now manufacturing locally. What really motivated you to do that? Is it the fact that it's expensive to import things, or it's the market? What exactly?
Actually, that it's not so bad to import. It's only that, okay, we import if because we want to sell a good fabric. This is an extremely good fabric, coming that it comes from somewhere that they personally make it. It's a let me just say it's a good it's better than what we get locally. You cannot compare the, and not everybody wants something substandard. You can give them an option, tell them we can give you this for this rate, we can give you this for this rate. So you pick whatever you feel comfortable with.
I still feel this is a very new thing in the country, as much as I'm sure you've been in business for a while now. What does Kenyans say about it? Are they purchasing, or?
I'll tell you a short story. The first time when I decided to sell this, we took them to Village Market. There was an exhibition for homes and interiors. So we decided, because I've decided, let me do it as a business. Let's first try and sell them. Let's see what the outcome is.
Yes.
So the first day, people would just look at them and not
even ask.
Bother.
Yes.
The second day, somebody actually came to us and told us, why are you not setting up? Because they thought there's stuff inside that we need to remove and then set up. We told them, no, this is a seat. And then we started explaining. We started teaching people how to sit on them, so they would think it's funny. Still, on the second day, no sale. Now, on the third day, I think people would say, we'll come back. We'll come back. So you're like, okay. And it's a new thing. So you don't expect to just have 100% sale when you first launch your products. So on the second day and on the last day, because the exhibition lasted for 4 days, the sales went off the roof. We couldn't even handle the demand that we were getting. Because somebody would see it, they would like it, and then they would say, oh, let me buy for my kids. And then they would take. Then they'd come the following day and tell them, the kids love them, but I also want one for myself. So it's like they'll buy with the guys that we are buying for our kids, but it's actually for the grown-ups. And for sure, we know more grown-ups enjoy them more than kids.
Yeah, I think it's also because we work so hard. There's a lot of pressure. You just want to go and just slumber somewhere. So it's more of a leisure thing. So who is your target audience per se? Like, is it the upper middle class? Is it the...
It's the upper middle class, because that's where like 90% of our sales come from. And then, but we also get people from the lower income who want the beanbags, but they can't afford it. And then you'll get somebody who'll say, I cannot buy this one off. Do you mind giving me, let me pay it off a few months? And we're like, yeah, we don't mind. If you really want it, then, and you pay for it, we have no choice except to just sell it to you.
Have you ever thought about taking the product out of the country, like selling to other?
I have actually traveled to Uganda to try and look for markets, and I actually got a market, but they don't have the filling.
Oh.
They don't have the filling, and it's going to be extremely expensive to get the filling from here to Kenya and to Uganda. And since I haven't exhausted the Kenyan market, then why not maybe just think about it in the future?
I can imagine, because the Kenyan market is still big. It's a new product, and it's something that definitely people would want to explore on. Yeah. All right. We'll take a break, and once we're back, we'll discuss more on business in Kenya.